Let's take a look at CowProfit's summary reports. And the first one is the winners and losers report. This report brings together a whole lot of key performance indicators from all of the enterprises. And it shows which enterprises are pulling their weight and which ones aren't. And the idea is if we can identify enterprises that are doing well, we can focus on those and perhaps pull back from some of the ones that aren't doing very well. So we start off with a cash analysis. And so we have cash revenue, cash expenses, and total expenses all the way down to cash income. And so this tells us which enterprise is producing cash. In this case, it's the cows and the feeders, and the other three are using cash. So that's kind of an interesting indicator here is where's the cash going, where's it coming from. The contribution margin is the value of production minus variable costs, and that tells us which enterprises are making a contribution to the overall business. And we can see in this case that the cows are making the main contribution, and the feeders we're having a little question about the feeders because they're showing a $7,000 loss, and the others show a positive contribution. We come now and look at return to equity. Return to equity is the real bottom line, because once all of the fixed and variable costs have been included, the one that has the highest return to equity are the ones that's making the best long-term contribution. If you notice here that the feeder operation isn't showing up very well, and to chase that down further, we could go to the feeders report. I won't do that from here, but the feeders report shows that the value of production per pound of gain was only 70 cents. And that doesn't even start to cover the winter feed cost of 73 cents. So something is amiss in the feeder operation, and it calls for some further investigation. The contribution margin is a short-term indicator, but return to equity looks longer term because it includes things like machinery and land costs and capital costs, fixed costs. And so one example here might be the forage enterprise. If we can show it's making a positive contribution margin, but when we look at return to equity, it's got a $6,000 loss, and that comes from machine costs. And if we were to go back and look at the forage enterprise, you'll see that machine costs are very high. So there's a possibility, if we looked at this and we're quite sure about it, we might be thinking about backing off on the forage enterprise, and there may be a possibility of purchasing more feed and making it more economical. The next report is a summary of accrual adjustments. Now this report and the one that follows are more used in a troubleshooting process. It shows the changes in the inventories, the receivables and payables, and so forth, mostly used for troubleshooting. And then the final one is a transfer report, again showing what's going on behind the scenes. What was transferred from which enterprise to which other enterprise, and it can really help when you've got a problem in your analysis and you're trying to figure out exactly what was happening. This one can help. And so those are CowProfit's reports. The enterprise reports, all with basically the same format, and now these summary reports that help you look at how the enterprises compare with each other and how they contribute to the whole farm or ranch business. And that's it for this time.